Good day, everyone. My name is Tristan Jan A. De Dios, together with my group mates.
Tony Di Pahantoy. And Amsterdam.
So, for today's topic, we're going to talk about code of ethics. So, before we start, let us state or read first our objective. So, our objective for this lesson, at the end of this lesson, you are expected to define ethics, be informed what code of ethics is, know what is unwritten and written code of ethics, have knowledge about the guidelines for writing a code of ethics, be aware what code of ethics contains, and know the code of ethics in different profession. Now, let's start. So before we know what is code of ethics, we must first know what is ethics. So the term ethics is derived from the Greek word ethos, which means characteristic way of thinking. Ethics as a science does not only evaluate the morality of our human conduct, but also provide us with a common understanding of the universal, objective, and irreversible moral principle that should govern our human behavior and guide our moral decision. That is according to ROA 2011. And ethics are moral principles that guide the conduct of the individual. That is according to Rasselis 2017. These are rules or behavior based on ideas about what is morally good and bad. That is according naman sa Merriam-Webster Dictionary. So when we say ethics, according to Public Web, these are the behavior that is accepted in our society. Ethics guide us to behave properly and appropriately. Ito ang nagiging daan para malaman natin ano nga ba yung mga kailangan o nararapat na behavior na dapat natin sundin. Tapos sinabi din dito na ginaguide ito or ginaguide tayo ng moral decision natin or under dito yung morality. Tapos magtataka kayo or matatanong nyo, ano nga ba yung pinagkaiba or similarity ng ethics and morality. So, pwede natin siyang ihalin tulad sa isang umbrella. So, we can associate ethics as the umbrella itself, tapos yung under or sa loob niya is morality. So, pwede natin sabihin na ang morality is the much bigger picture and morality is within ourselves. Kung tayo mismo sa ating sarili, meron tayong morality, we can easily follow ethics. Next naman, now we know what is ethics, let's now proceed. What is code of ethics or ethical code? Our, princip- our principles adopted by an organization to assist those in the organization called upon to decide. It is about understanding the difference between right and wrong and to apply this understanding to their decision. In addition, code of ethics can be written or unwritten set of guidelines issued by an organization to its worker and management to help them conduct their action in accordance with its primary values and ethical standard. So when we say code of ethics, these are the ethics na ina-adapt ng mga organization for it to be their guide to know what is right or wrong. Sabi dito, it can be written or unwritten. Code of ethics na nakakatulong sa kanila for their action to be ethical na align sa primary value and ethical standard na meron sila. So yung code of ethics, dito pumapasok yung mga different institution or organization na meron tayo. Meron tayo iba't ibang code of ethics sa iba't ibang profession or kaya naman mga business. So mamaya mapag-aaralan na natin yon. So sinabi dito na it can be written or unwritten code of ethics. Ngayon naman, alamin naman natin what is unwritten code of ethics.
Unwritten codes of ethics are the customs of a business. These are also ways of completing tasks. Moreover, these are generally accepted practices which are passed through the business verbally from employee to employee. So, from the word itself, unwritten, ito po yung mga rule na hindi na nakasulat sa paper or hindi na declare formally. Kumbaga, parang ito po yung mga unspoken rule ng isang company na sinusunod ng mga employee without it being written down. Kagaya ng nandito sa example natin, not using of internet at work for personal stuff. So parang alam naman po natin na kapag nag-work tayo or nasa work tayo, hindi tayo allowed na gamitin yung internet ng company para sa pansariling kagamitan natin. So parang, even if no one says it out loud, dapat ito sa sarili mo, alam mo or aware ka sa role na yun.
Yun nga po, gaya ng sinabi niya, unwritten code of ethics, dito, yung mga unwritten na code of ethics na sinusundan pa rin nila kahit hindi siya formally declared. Then, now we know what is unwritten code of ethics. Siyempre, if may unwritten, meron ding written code of ethics. Ngayon naman, punta tayo sa written code of ethics.
Written codes of ethics are considered formal codes of ethics which allow a company to have a hard copy of the procedures it condones. These are mainly found within large businesses. So, obviously, yung written codes of ethics, kabaligtaran siya ng unwritten codes of ethics. So, dito naman sa written codes of ethics, ito yung mga rule na nakasulat sa paper or mayroong hard copy na ipinapaalam at pinapakita sa mga employee para sundin nila to. Kagaya ng nandito sa example natin, before daw ma-employ isang applicant, kailangan niya munang mag-sign sa isang agreement, which is yung tinatawag natin confidentiality agreement, wherein parang mapapromise siya sa company na safe yung secrets nila sa kanya, ganun. Tapos, so basically, both written and unwritten codes of ethics are important para ma-make sure na everyone in the company is behaving well and things work properly sa loob ng company na yun.
So, that is unwritten and written code of ethics. Ngayon, alam na natin yung code of ethics as well as written and unwritten code of ethics. Ngayon naman, alamin natin yung mga guidelines for writing code of ethics.
Guidelines for writing a code of ethics. Number 1 is to determine the purpose of the code. So, mahalaga malaman yung purpose of the code para yun yung maging basihan natin sa paggawa ng code of ethics. Number 2 is to tailor the code to the needs and values of the organization. The code of ethics must be tailored to fit the unique needs and values ng organization. Kung ang organization values trust and honesty, then these principles should be reflected on the code. Kumbaga, ito ang magiging guiding compass ng lahat ng employees para maging aligned lahat sa common na values and goals. Number 3 is to consider involving employees from all levels of the company in writing the code. Dito, we should consider involving employees from various levels of the organization. Ito'y para masigurado yung boses ng lahat sa isang organization is ma-represent sa code, making it more acceptable and effective. Number 4 is to determine the rules or principles that all members of the organization will be expected to adhere to. Kailangan nating malinaw na ma-determine ang specific rules or principles that all members of the organization are expected to adhere to. Kumbaga, ito yung mga specific behaviors and attitudes na ina-expect natin from each other. Number 6 is to include information about how the code will be enforced. Importante rin tayo mag-include ng mga process kung paano ma-enforce ang code of ethics para may clear guidelines tayo kung ano-ano ang mga mangyayari sa mga situation na may ma-violate na provisions. Number 6 is to determine how the code will be implemented and where it will be published or posted. We also need to determine how and where the code will be published and implemented para ito sa transparency and para aware lahat ng employees sa code of ethics and organization. The last one is number 7, to determine how and when the code will be reviewed and revised. Number 7 is kailangan din matukoy kung kailan at paano ang review and revision process ng code of ethics. Nothing is constant sa organization. The organization is nag-e-evolve and kailangan sa code of ethics is developed. So, yan po yung mga critical points in writing a code of ethics.
So, that are the guidelines for writing a code of ethics. Ngayon, alam na natin ano yung code of ethics, paano gumawa or magsulat ng code of ethics. Ngayon, alamin naman natin ano nga ba yung mga kailangan nilalaman ng isang code of ethics. So, this code of ethics contains the following. So, first, we have vision. Means something that you imagine. A picture that you see in your mind that is according to Merriam-Webster Dictionary. The vision statement helps to ensure the alignment of the decision to the company goals. For example, to make innovation that everyone could access and adapt depending on their needs. So, pag sinabi nating vision, these are your long-term goals, what you want your company in the future or in the long run. This is one of the things that guide your company in the business. So, yung vision, ito yung this is what you envision your company or your business in the future. What you aspire to be in the long run, gaya nga na sinabi ko. Ito yung, ano nga bang gusto kong mangyari sa company ko or sa organization or institution na meron ako sa hinaharap. Next naman is, siyempre, kung may vision tayo, interconnected dyan is mission. A specific task with which a person or a group is charged. That is also according to Merriam-Webster Dictionary. The mission statement clearly and effectively guides the business or the organization in its decision making. For example, to inspire all the young athletes of the country, tell them to dream and go for it. So, pag mission naman, mission is gaya na sinabi ko, interconnected with vision since these are the tasks or the action which will eventually help to achieve our vision. And under mission, we complete our goals and objectives na those are the action to help us realize our vision. Next naman is value. So value means something thought of as important or useful. Values in business help to ensure that all of the employees work toward the company's goal. For example, we commit ourselves to serve our customer with quality service and utmost respect. So values, this is important for the employee and employer to remember para when they do their work or task, it comes with a value. Because without value, an individual can only think for themselves regardless sa consequences ng action nila. So kung hindi pinapahalaga ng employer or employee yung value na meron sila, chaos yung mararanasan natin or hindi natin magagawa yung task efficiently, pati hindi na natin iisipin yung kapakanan ng ibang tao na sarili na lang natin iniisip natin. Then last, we have principles. So, pag sinabi natin principles, moral rules or belief that help you know what is right and wrong and that influence your action. That is also according to Merriam-Webster Dictionary. For example, customers have to be respected. And next is, make sure to deliver quality product. So, principles, ito yung prinsipyo na meron yung company mo or company or institution, organization na meron kayo. Principles, morals, and ethics actually connected with one another. And where morality is within ourselves, ethics is influenced by our morality and society we belong. And your principles comes after that. Then, kasi kung meron tayong morality sa sarili natin, then when we are in specific organization, institution, or kaya mga situation, doon pumapasok yung ethics. Tapos comes after ethics, doon na pumapasok yung prinsipyo na meron tayo. So actually, those are the four anong contains ng Code of Ethics. So, gaya ng mga pinag-aralan natin, meron tayong vision, mission, value, and principles. Ngayon alam na natin yun nga yung mga code contains ng Code of Ethics. Now, let's proceed naman sa mga type of Code of Ethics na meron tayo. First, we have Code of Conduct.
Code of Conduct. It is a document designed to influence the behavior of employees. We set out the procedures to be used in specific ethical situations to delineate whether a violation of the code ethics occurs, and if so, remedies should be imposed. Rules that outline expected behavior within a specific organization or group. It focuses on situations and behaviors that are acceptable and unacceptable within the function. So from the word itself, conduct, to take action. Code of conduct, ito yung mga action na tinitake ng company or organizations when ang code of ethics is violated. Dito, for example, na nakagawa ng action yung employees na labag sa code of ethics. Meron kayong code of conduct. Itong code of conduct will help you to know what action to take. Ang code of conduct provides rules that outline unexpected behaviors decision, or people. It focuses sa mga actions at behavior na acceptable and hindi acceptable within that context. So, while ang code of ethics contains yung general principles and values, ang code of conduct naman provides yung specific rules na kailangan sundin to ensure na align ang pag-uugali ng employee.
So, yun nga, first of the type of code of ethics is code of conduct. So, next we have code of practice.
Code of practice. It is adopted by a profession or by a governmental or non-governmental organization to regulate that profession. It may be styled as a code of professional responsibility which will discuss difficult issues, difficult decisions that will often need to be made, and provide a clear account of what behavior is considered ethical or correct or right in the circumstances. Guidelines or standards that provide instructions on how to carry out specific tasks or activities in a particular profession or industry. It often includes best practices and procedures to ensure quality and efficiency. So, dito naman sa Code of Practice, ito yung mga guidelines or standards na nagdidictate kung ano yung appropriate methods or steps na kailangan gawin in a specific situation. Code of practice is common siya sa mga professional and nakatulong to sa kanila, let's say kapag may nangyari sa company nila, alam nila kung anong actions yung kailangan nilang gawin na ethically accepted, and nakatulong din to sa kanila para kung paano at para maging efficient sila sa work nila.
So that is code of practice. And lastly, we have code of ethics. So code of ethics is not written solely for the purpose of doing ethical business practice. It can also be applied and practiced in school, government, and even professional group. Principles and values that govern moral decision making and behavior. It set out the fundamental belief and standard of conduct that individuals or professionals in a certain field should uphold, often emphasizing integrity, honesty, and fairness. So, sabi dito, Code of Ethics is not solely written para lang sa business. Pwede rin siya ma-apply sa school settings, government, and other professional groups. Ito yung nag-guide sa kanila to make decision and behave ethically. Pinapakita dito, ano nga bang mga behavior yung kailangan possess ng isang professional sa kanyang specific field. So, dito, pumapasok na dito yung code of conduct and code of conduct and code of practice. Kasi hindi lang siya under sa business. Even professional have a code of ethics. For example, mga teacher, meron yan silang code of ethics for professional teacher na kailangan nilang i-follow, na hindi lang siya para dun sa business. Under niya dun yung code of practice na, for example, na may nagawang mali yung isang bata and na-frustrate masyado yung teacher. The teacher should keep in mind the code of ethics na meron sila and na code of practice na kailangan niya sundin na sa specific situation na yon. Doon naman sa code of conduct, for example, doon sa hindi niya, yung teacher na yan, hindi niya na panindigan or hindi niya na follow yung code of practice na should be, yun yung gagawin niya in case yung sarili niyang kalooban yung nasunod niya, na yung sarili niyang kalooban is labag dun sa code of ethics. Yung code of conduct naman, yun yung process or yun yung consequences, yung guide para yun yung guide para ibigay yung consequences na nararapat doon sa action na ginawa ng teacher na yun. Ngayon, alam na natin yung 3 types of code of ethics. Balikan natin yung objective natin. Ngayon, alam na natin yung ethics. Alam na rin natin yung code of ethics. Then, under nun, pwede rin siya maging written and unwritten code of ethics. Alam na rin natin yon. And napag-aralan na rin natin yung guidelines. Paano nga ba sumulat ng code of ethics? Ano mga nilalaman ng code of ethics? And ngayon, kaka-discuss na natin ano yung mga types of code of ethics. Ngayon naman, basahin natin ito. Several professions have a code of ethics that exists independent of any particular employment. For instance, a doctor or lawyer is always bound by the code of ethics for their profession, regardless of whether they work for a large organization or an in private practice. These codes constitute the basic expectation of these jobs and guide them with making decision. So, sabi dito, gaya nga na sinabi ko dun sa Code of Ethics kanina, hindi lang siya solely written para sa paggawa ng business. Pwede din siya sa mga institution, organization, mga different profession. Na sinasabi dito na meron tayong Code of Ethics sa iba't ibang institution, organization na meron tayo. Ngayon, sa part na to, pag-aaralan naman natin yung mga Code of Ethics sa different profession. Now, let's start with the business world.
Business work. Corporation have codes of ethics to help workers decide if certain behavior are appropriate and acceptable to society outside an agency. Many organizations want employees to attend yearly training on ethics and business sign statement promises to adhere to all ethical guidelines laid out by the company. Dito sa business world, nakafocus siya sa kung ano yung mga tama or mga acceptable behaviors na dapat i-act ng isang employee sa kumpanya. Examples of ethics in the business world is integrity. Employees should maintain honesty and clear communication with the workers. Sa integrity, kailangan napapanatili natin yung katapatan and open and clear communication. Next is teamwork. Members of professional organizations should work together to get the job done. For them to be able to do their job efficiently, kailangan natin matuto or ma-enhance ang kanilang business. So dito, kailangan magtutulungan. Ayaw magkakatulungan. So, organization. Number 2 is objective. Employers should not make decisions based on whom they like best or with whom they have their strong conviction. Objectivity, kailangan walang bias yung employers sa paggawa ng but instead, they should decide objectively and motivation.
So, that is the Code of Ethics in the business world. So, gaya nga po ng sinabi niya, yung mga Code of Ethics dito sa business world is most likely nag-rotate or focuses on how we deal with our employee, employer, as well as our clients or mga customers. So, after the business world, meron naman tayo next dito, the teachers and education. So, teachers and other education professionals are role model to their student. Their code of ethics not only protect their student against mistreatment, but is also protect their sense of fairness itself. Bilang ang mga teacher and education professionals are the role model sa kanilang student, yung mga code of ethics na meron sila ay para hindi lang maiwasan yung mga mistreatment na nangyayari sa mga student, but also to protect their image as someone na role model sa mga student nila. Then, some code of ethics example in education includes consideration. Teachers should put the needs of their student first. So, sa consideration, dapat laging pinagpapauna ng teacher kung ano nga ba yung pangangailangan ng mga estudyante niya. Then, next is growth. Educators need to pursue professional growth. So, masasabi natin dito na, especially na kung yung teacher is in a long run na siya dun sa pagtuturo niya, dapat ma-observe sa kanya yung pagiging professional or yung professionalism. Kasi habang tumatagal ka sa industriya na meron ka, dapat na-adapt mo kung how to work professionally. Then last, we have communication. Teacher work with parents as a support team for each student. So, dito sa communication, gaya nung sinabi dun, gaya sa business world, na dapat meron tayong clear and open communication with one another. Especially sa mga teacher, dapat meron silang open and clear communication sa mga parents ng student nila for them to have a teamwork together na para mapag-usapan yung mga dapat gawin or mga dapat hakbang para lalo pang matulungan yung mga student sa pag-pursue nila sa future nila. Tapos dito sa teacher and education, gaya ng nasabi ko nung una sa bandang first part na yung mga teacher, meron silang code of ethics for professional teacher na which is fina-follow nila yon. Tapos for example, meron doon Article 8, Section 8 na sinasabi na regardless of what na nagawa ng isang student, kung gaano pa yung kasama or nag-behave siya ng bad or masyado siya maingay, a teacher have no right to deduct their scores or their performance based on that specific behavior. Kasi hindi yun basihan ng kanyang poor academic performance. Kaya for if ever na you have encountered that kind of problem, you can state or you can clarify na may paggalang pa rin na according sa Code of Ethics nila mga professional teacher na under dun sa Article 8, Section 8, hindi pwede yung gawin ng teacher mo. Then lastly, we have personal codes of ethics.
Personal codes of ethics. Individual codes of ethics can originate from religion, secular philosophy, or rules of social behavior derived from upbringing and experience. They are typically in line with the rest of one's society, but one may have stricter or more relaxed personal ethics as well. So, dito naman, ito yung mga rules na ikaw mismo sa sarili mo yung nag-set. Kagaya na lang ng pagiging mabait mo sa mga friends mo, sa mga kapatid mo, or even yung paglilinis mo ng room mo. Those are like your own personal code of ethics. And nag-reflect yung mga actions mo na yun based sa mga nakikita mo sa surroundings mo, and it can be influenced by your own traditions, beliefs, norms, and etc.
So, gaya nga ng sinabi niya, yung personal code of ethics, ito yung naman yung mga code of ethics na meron tayo sa sarili natin. These are sometimes in line with the rest of one society. But the only difference is yung iba, they may have stricter or relaxer personal ethics. Dito, if ever pwede ka gumawa ng sarili mong code of ethics, hindi lang sa sarili mo, as well if you have your own family na in the future, you can set a code of ethics na, for example, na kailangan sabay-sabay kayong makain or every Sunday pumupunta kayong church or even once a week nagkakaroon kayo ng recreational activities na yun yung nag-govern sa inyo as a family, and yun yung dapat na sinusundan na each of everyone na nasa inyong household. So, that are some few examples na meron code of ethics sa iba't ibang profession. So, overall, napag-aralan natin yung ano yung ethics, what is code of ethics, ano yung unwritten and written code of ethics, as well as ano yung paano magsulat ng mga guide, paano magsulat ng code of ethics, as well as yung mga contains ng code of ethics, types of code of ethics. Ngayon, napag-aralan din natin ano yung mga different code of ethics sa different profession. So overall, that is our topic for today. So if ever you are wondering saan namin galing yung mga references namin, so ito yung mga references namin. Then, we hope na may na-learn kayo dito. So thank you very much for listening. Yun nga, we hope na may natutunan kayo, and sana magamit niyo yung mga natutunan nyo sa future, if ever na pagdating ng after natin ng senior high school, magtrabaho na kayo, this code of ethics can help you para mag-guide kayo what are the proper behaviors sa work world na. And if ever naman na-continue yung college nyo, yung ethics rin naman ito makakatulong sa inyo, especially when it comes to pakikitungo sa mga tao. So, thank you very much again for listening and have a good day.